Welcome, everybody! We are so glad you're with us! Let me introduce you to 5 of our graduated seniors. Raise your hand if you graduated high school. Sick, that's awesome.
All of you.
Hey, Megan's raising her hand too. I forgot to mention, we are also graced with the presence of Megan Reed and Jacob Bartholomew Gomer. What's your middle name?
Andrew.
I knew it was something with an
A.
A. Yep. Not Alan. It's not Alan and it's not Albert. It's the other one. It's
Anthony.
Hey, there we go.
There's so many Allens and Anthonys.
Good job, Reed.
And Andrews.
I know, it's crazy. It was our generation, I think. But anyway, we have these 5 wonderful individuals here with us tonight. Mr. Jake Gompert is going to be driving some conversation for us.
Here and there.
Because we only have so many more opportunities with these guys before they go on to their next adventures. But before we do that, let's get these guys' names, your date of birth, your social,
account numbers, banking, anything.
Raise your hand if you have a bank account.
I think so.
All right, so we'll start with you guys.
Nice, yep. Right. So, if you wouldn't mind, from Estefania onward, give us your name, where you graduated from, and real quick, just where you're heading or what you're doing after high school, or...
My name is Estefania Swearingen, but I go by Steph. I graduated from Cibola High School.
It's been so long.
And to be honest, after high school, kind of just winging it. Just kind of, I really don't know. I'm going to AWC, taking some classes of some media stuff and try to get along with that and see where it takes me.
Recording some sick music.
I got my
nice.
Yeah. Working, recording. It's the dream life.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I know, adult life.
Adult. Yay. Next.
My turn? Okay.
Yep.
I'm Aaron Reed. I graduated from Cibola High School, and I will be attending AWC for my associate's degree.
Legit.
Nice.
Very nice.
You almost had that planned. That's cool.
No.
I did.
I like it.
So Josh's should be 3 times as good.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Josh. I don't know where I graduated. I'm just kidding. I graduated from Gila Ridge, and I'm going to Biola University in the fall to study cinema and media arts.
Nice.
How?
Very
That's
nice.
Wow.
I know. You're lucky. You get to go to Biola this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to wear a mask. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Oh.
Like the whole time? Like anywhere you go, you have to wear a mask?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm sure I don't want to
Even
be
the
eating, but
yeah,
maybe the bathroom.
What about when you're sleeping? I think that would be kind of creepy.
That
Just
would
like
be.
sleeping with a mask on.
Oh man.
I don't know about that.
Would
Wake
you
up
wake
and
up
it's
with,
covered
like,
in slobber.
Yeah.
Your mustache would be all
crusty.
waterlogged.
Oh.
Man.
I guess I drooled last night.
Super gross.
Nice.
It might be better to wear a mask in the bathroom.
Interesting.
Depends on your
Next.
roommate.
All right. Cool.
This is weird.
Hey, I'm Michaela. I graduated from Gila Ridge, and I'm going to go to AWC to be a nurse.
Nice.
Very cool.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
She's gonna help
This is
us
an
out.
intense. This is an intense time to go into nursing school and stuff.
Yeah.
Always wear a mask.
Next.
Okay, I'm Hannah. I graduated from Gila Ridge, and I'm going to Point Loma Nazarene University to study youth ministry.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Near and dear to my heart.
Maybe we should
Youth ministry. A big
Point
fan.
Loma.
Yeah.
No.
Why did I think?
Oh, did you see her face just
Wow.
now?
No,
Like, ew.
That was like
Worship
I'm
ministry?
sending that to Point Loma.
Oh my goodness.
She's all please no.
I'm not a worship ministry person.
What?
That's crazy.
I feel kind of disappointed that not a single Yuma High student came. Like, I feel,
I don't think we have a
Do we
Yuma High
have
student.
I don't know. I could have just got somebody and just like
I
pulled
think
them
it's
in. Like,
mostly
hey, you
graduated.
graduated.
Gila Ridge and
Yeah. That's,
Cibola.
We're the only
yeah.
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
And then
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that there's no Calvary Baptist.
I don't know why you would, because
Well,
you're the only one.
Moses could have come.
Boom. Roasted.
Yeah! Oh man, represent, bro.
Moses.
I know. Well, Calvary Baptist is actually not a school anymore, Rip. So, you know, there's that.
well.
Yeah.
It
The
happens.
eagle flies no more.
Oh.
No.
Dang.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, moment of silence.
Wow.
Kofa.
Messed up.
During the moment of silence.
No.
Great.
Wow.
I think
Wow.
we have like 3 at Kofa, but none of them graduated.
Wow.
Oh, that's rough.
Just calling them out.
Well, yeah. None of them were seniors.
I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
You
And
calling
their
them
names
out right
are-
now. You calling them
Yeah,
out.
none of them are seniors.
And
Yes,
cut.
you're right. Yes, we got some co-fights.
Yeah. So with you guys that are here that are on the video, what are some of your thoughts about this past high school experience? Like anything that was really good, anything you'll miss, or anything that you're really not gonna miss? Just give us a little kind of summary of your high school career, really.
Let's start on the other side this time,
Yeah.
so I can have more time to think.
So things that so in high school I had a great time. I wish you would have started on the other side. Hold on, give me a second. You can cut this out, right?
No.
Nope.
This is
Nothing
live.
gets cut in these interviews.
No, this is
okay.
real. This is
Okay,
real time.
so-
This is real. Real talk. No fake news.
No fake news. All
fake
your
news.
ums belong to us.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so something that I really enjoyed was I was involved in the Youth for Christ group at Gila Ridge my junior and senior year, which was really fun. And I was also in choir my freshman and sophomore year, which was super fun. Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Cool.
Wow. This past year was really cool. I tried to get involved with a bunch of stuff because that's really neat. You meet lots more people, and I really liked wrestling. I did this past year, and it was the first time I ever did it, and I liked it. So yeah, try something new.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I really liked my photography and film class, and I got to join Skills USA and travel places, so that was really cool. And I got connections around Yuma to take pictures, so that was really cool. And Youth for Christ, I got to take pictures at Awaken and stuff.
Yeah. They turned out really good too.
Thanks.
You did a really good job.
So,
Mhm.
very good.
The only thing I really enjoyed was after school sports, like cross country and track. Otherwise, hang out with friends in class wasn't fun because we were still in class and we still had to learn stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
And really the only fun classes are electives. Math is only enjoyable sometimes. It honestly depends on your teacher and how much they suck. Because they're math teachers.
Your teachers are going to watch this, by the way.
I hope they do, so they can figure it out.
Teacher was pretty
Rough.
The only math teacher I really enjoyed was this year's because I sat in the very back and he never paid any attention to me, and it was awesome.
He didn't really pay attention to nobody.
That's true.
He really didn't.
But yeah, really just running and sports. Now I don't run because it's not fun anymore. Because my knees hurt a lot.
You're getting old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. The electives were pretty fun. We had PT this year, and it was. He saw me get some gains. I saw him get some gains.
Yeah.
Saw me fail a couple of times.
Gotta fail to make those games.
I think throughout high school, connections that I've made with some people are really cool. Having those friendships that you can have after high school, they're pretty cool. Not being alone and going with people is cool.
Yeah.
And thing I don't like is how you're watched 24/7. You're to me, my move was watched 24/7. So having that pressure was kind
Your
of
dad
hard.
does work there.
Yeah, having that pressure was kind of hard, but
Shout out to K-Swizzle.
I forgot his own thing. He does.
He does
it.
it. It's
But-
super rad.
Nice.
But yeah, and then sports. I wish I would have carried on with them the whole 4 years, but this last year was really, really, really fun. Really fun. So
Cool.
let's go.
Is there any advice that you would give underclassmen or people going into high school, what to kind of prepare yourself for, or just anything for those people that are coming up behind you?
Just do you.
Just do you.
Don't worry about anyone else.
Mhm.
Just kind of you'll meet your people. If your people come into your life, they come into your life. People go with your journey. You don't go to other people's journeys without you do, but you end up going. You end
Yeah.
up going in a way of
Live on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Don't just go with the flow. Just
Yeah,
kind of do
kinda
you.
just-
Don't follow people. Yeah.
focus on your future.
Nice.
I was told that a lot, and I never did. And I should have a little more. I should have a little more.
Sometimes it's a hard lesson to learn.
It does. It is.
Yeah.
Once you get older, it's.
Yeah, and then you look back and you're like, man, I shouldn't have done that.
I was really dumb. I was really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to go in order. Just if you have something, just go ahead and start talking.
Well, one thing is like you gotta respect your teachers because it'll make your high school so much easier. It won't cause any problems. You just gotta, even if you don't want to, even if you don't like what they say or what they give you, you're better off just.
Aaron disagrees.
No.
I see the face of
I
disgust.
can, yeah.
No,
but
the racist one I didn't really respect that much. Sorry.
I mean,
anyways,
stand up for yourself, but
Yeah.
I
right.
mean, just keep
Within
going.
reason.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
If they're not
respect is
respectable, don't force it. They
Yeah.
gotta earn that from you, even if they are your teacher. For
Res-
me personally.
Sure.
Respect your elders. I think people who are older than you, you know, you have to respect them. But I mean, if they really do disrespect you like that, like in a way, I mean,
Right.
you are still a human being. So I mean, you still have your voice to, you still got feelings, you still got your opinions, you know. So I mean,
It's
it's
true.
not, it's not causing no physical harm. I think
Is there a balance between loving somebody as Christ calls us to love somebody, right? And love and respect kind of going hand in hand, valuing a human being, right? And being okay with what they do. Is there a difference? Because I feel like there's a significant difference.
Yeah.
So this teacher or a teacher, let's say a teacher who you know has a belief system
Yeah.
that is not appropriate or a positive thing, can you still respect that person?
I mean, yeah, you kind of have to. Like,
You
Like
just
respect their position, their authority.
yeah,
Yeah.
not them as a
Not necessarily the character of
Yeah.
them or their
Right.
lifestyle
Yeah.
choices or the way they treat people, but there's a hierarchy in the
Yeah,
class.
maybe-
Maybe teacher
yeah.
and
Yeah.
respect that, or the principal.
Yeah, I've heard respect the position, maybe not the person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
respect where they're at, teacher, principal, whatever, like Megan said. But them as a person, sometimes you're just not going to get along with everybody.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
just some people a little FF, but
It's actually
It's
it's
life,
a good
so,
experience
yeah.
for
For
Life.
later life.
Like the
There's
rest of your
always
life.
gonna be
when you
somebody-
guys say
Always.
later life, I never understood that until now. Until like it's
You're
like,
like,
later.
wait, there's a whole nother
Wait a
half.
minute.
There's like a
And it's
whole-
more than a half.
I was looking at everything like I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm here.
I was like,
I'm here so
Things,
fast.
things get real really fast.
What the heck?
Yeah.
That's going so fast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it gets
So-
real really quick too.
No, it
after high
got
school.
real right after the diploma was given to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
It burned your hand. Oh, no, I don't want this. I don't want it.
Does this come with debt? This is crazy.
That's good though, Michaela. That's super good advice for somebody in high school and out of high school. Sometimes you just have to respect, and you don't have to approve.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You just figure that out. And relationships are hard too, so that's always something to think about. What else you guys got?
Do your schoolwork.
Nice.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Like just it's not that hard. It really isn't
Josh
that
is like,
hard.
no.
He said it's not that hard.
Learn
Oh.
from my mistakes. I really didn't. But like I swear, this whole senior
Math
year
is
was so
hard.
like crazy. I probably
Still is.
barely did half
Yeah.
my work and still graduated. So
That was the
I
easiest
didn't
year
do
too.
the last week of school because it didn't count for anything.
I didn't do the last.
it didn't.
I didn't do the
Oh,
last
thank
like
God.
2
Okay,
months.
and this is
Wow.
I didn't do any work.
I tried.
Any of the online stuff. I didn't do anything.
Oh, this is
But if you're not in quarantine, do
Yeah.
your work.
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
your- do your work.
Yeah, that makes
Once
sense.
once it's all over, you should probably still do your work.
You should
Yeah.
probably still do your work.
Show up and do your
I'm
work.
pretty sure teachers in the education system are going to figure this out by August and be like, okay, we
You
really
would
don't
hope
have to
so.
count for grades.
Yeah.
We should probably
Yeah,
do
and
that.
I think they should change the rate.
I emailed my English teacher like in the halfway through April, and I was like, "Do I actually have to do any of this stuff?" And she's like, "You're passing. You probably don't have to worry about it." I do one thing, and I was like, "No."
Who's your English teacher?
Miss Simpson.
Oh, sorry.
Well, she told me to do my work,
Well, she's cool.
but I didn't.
Oh, gosh.
Megan's
Okay.
The honest confession.
She already knew that.
beaming with pride right now.
Hey.
That's awesome.
I knew that, not the world needed to know.
So do your work. What else you got?
It sounds like very cliche, but don't take it for granted, because I know for me, especially like freshman, sophomore year and stuff, I was like, ugh, I just want to be done already. Like, when is it going to be over? And I just wanted to get done with everything. I wanted to like have as little classes as I could and like spend as little time at the school doing school things as I possibly could. And then my senior year, something just clicked and I was like, shoot, it's over. Like it's almost over. And I just spent all of it wishing that I was already done, and instead of like actually enjoying what was there for me. So don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
And get involved.
Yeah, get involved.
Yeah.
You gotta try it at least before you say no.
Yeah.
I was the opposite. Like, my freshman year felt like it took a while, and it was kind of just boring because, I mean, I'd been homeschooled until that year, and I didn't know what was happening.
That's right.
But then sophomore year felt like a month. It was gone so fast. And it was definitely my most enjoyable year. It was so much fun. And then junior year was kind of whatever. I liked my teachers, but the classwork was terrible. Photography was not.
Terrible.
No bueno.
So do you feel like your senior year kind of crawled by?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your senior year
especially when
kind
you
of
got kicked
changed.
out.
Oh yeah, especially
This year was really weird.
Yeah.
It felt weird.
Having
the whole
less
year.
classes and then getting kicked out like halfway through March, it was weird.
But it was still
Super
very
strange.
cool.
Yeah.
I was so
Like she
happy.
said, PT was awesome.
PT
was
was probably
so
my
much fun.
Yeah, it was. That's the only thing I probably missed a lot.
Mhm.
Was
Yeah.
even though I didn't really like my teacher very much, me and her had some tough love. So it was like it was.
I don't know. I liked her. She liked
She-
me too. I would think I might have been her
Because you
favorite
guys have the
student.
same humor. You guys have the
You're way sassier though. Aaron, you can be kind of sassy. But
Yeah.
Well, because the
he
teacher
actually
and
did
I.
the work. He actually worked out sometimes.
We-
He actually worked out.
There were some days where I was like, nope. My partner every day, he was kind of buff and toned, but every day he was like, we gotta work out, and like once every 3 weeks I was like, leave me alone, bro. I'm just gonna sit here.
He wouldn't even dress out, and he would still get points. But I would get like
Nice.
double the points taken off when I didn't dress out. I swear, she was
Wow.
Yeah.
she was rude
Crazy.
to me.
I mean, I had her last year, so we already knew each other.
But
Your
I,
dad was like, hold her to it.
but I've known her
It's
for
like, how'd
so
she do today?
long. I think he did
Yep.
because she was always
Kevin's
on me
watching.
about working out.
I hid in the hallway behind the weight room.
Come on.
What about when it comes to the youth group? As far as like some of the thing, like students coming in and kind of growing up in the FCC youth group in church in general. I mean, a handful of you guys have been around forever, you know, and
Hold
been
up the
involved.
number of years on your fingers as how long you've been in FCC youth.
I was gonna say I can't vote.
Oh, in the youth? Like
In the
this one?
youth, yeah. Specifically in FCC youth. How many years did you spend here?
Did I come here in like 7th grade?
I think so. 6th grade.
Sixth grade.
I remember when you left
So-
Kid Zone. I was
so-
like,
No, but I was here.
Aaron's
I was here with you
graduating.
before that
Like
too.
summer,
So
Then I
summer
followed
of
you.
5th grade?
Yeah.
It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
okay.
I've been here
Yeah,
for
so-
like 8 or 9 years.
Yeah, if you've been here the whole time,
Yeah.
7 years, right?
there's 7.
Yeah.
And then if you snuck in at all early,
Yeah.
then
I definitely
Okay,
I didn't do that.
7, 8,
Yeah,
7,
yeah.
8.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Well, we
you
had-
came in late, Hannah.
We had
Yeah.
older
Yeah.
siblings. and
Yeah.
I had Dustin.
And we
too.
had
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, Hannah. So you've been here for 2 years. It feels like you've been here for like 5 years. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
Kinda
maybe
do.
because
It
you're
feels
so
like
involved.
that to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 years. God.
Yeah. So what about advice for people coming up, like the next generation of FCC youth kids, students?
Keep an open heart. Like,
Don't do drugs.
yeah, they mess with you.
Thanks, Aaron.
No, but
Okay.
yeah, keep an open heart to things because you may never know like what can help you in life as well. Because it's kind of cool not to have to worry about a lot of like the world things, like more about worrying about the world when he can just do that for you and you can focus on yourself. So it's pretty cool. So you don't got that weight on your shoulders.
Next.
I don't have anything.
Anyways.
So stay connected with your youth friends because they're better than your school friends.
Oh my God, I was gonna say that. I was
Oh
gonna say
man, call
that.
them out.
Yeah. Also, be careful who your friends are, and maybe reevaluate who your previous friends are because sometimes it's just like too much. Like that, some people cause a lot of drama, and it's not wrong to like slowly move away from your old friends. It's just happens.
Stay in your lane. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
focus on you. I swear.
Make good choices.
And what I mean by focus on you doesn't mean like don't have friends. It's just like kind of like know that you're more important than someone else until that one person comes, and that's it.
I have a question. You guys are saying some really wise things, Is it because we've been telling you since you were little, or because through high school you figured it out?
Been through
Both.
Been through some things too.
Now you're all like, oh, that's what they meant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And just know you're never judged here either. Like, you know.
It's true.
You come in, you tell whatever you have to tell, and they judge you upon your heart, not your actions. I mean, sometimes your actions can say a lot, but
that's true. But you're always loved.
But forgiveness is
you're always welcome, etc. Yeah, for sure.
Forgiveness is a thing.
And if you ever do get judged on anything other than what she said, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't matter at all.
Doesn't matter. Your heart is what matters more. So have a good heart, better than I mean, do have a good mind too, because kind of connected, So
it's true. Heart, mind, actions, all that
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just, I mean, your heart is shown through your actions. So, like, if you know your heart and your intention behind things, and people are judging you because they don't know that, then that's not what's important.
It's not on you. Yeah.
Because you know your intention, God knows your intention, and
yeah. So at the end of the day, you know you're doing good, and if someone else doesn't, that's on them. More power to them. So that's good.
Mine would be kind of the same as I said for high school, but don't take it for granted. Because, like, a lot of, like, you have such a community around you in high school, or you can have such a community around you, and, like, mentors that are, like, pouring into you. And, like, if you don't take advantage of that, then you may go off and then be like, oh my gosh, I'm not prepared. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel stressed out, and I don't know how to deal with this stress or this whatever I'm dealing with. And if you, like, keep your foundation in Christ and, like, allow that community to speak into you and to, like, correct you when you need it, and, like, just love on you, then, like, you're gonna go out of high school and into the real world feeling a lot more prepared because you have a solid foundation. And this is a good place to find it. So
yeah, it's fun. It's cool.
Absolutely.
Treat you well.
Yeah, that's very wise, because it's a weird transition leaving high school, going to college, going to careers, going to jobs, going to ADUB, wherever you're going. It's very different to transition out of FCC youth, and really any youth group, I think. Yeah. I mean, we spend a lot of time with you guys, and we work with you guys all the time. We just have relationships with you guys. And when you leave here, those relationships don't end. I mean, we're going to be here as long as you're going to.
Forever.
Forever. That's right. Forever. Eternity, actually, but aside from that. But when you exit FCC Youth and any youth group, you are now tasked. Megan, you're such an old woman. You're now tasked with having to own your spirituality and your relationship with Christ even more so than before, I think. Here, in some ways, we hold your guys' hands, right? We do programs, and we do Bible studies, and we do all these things all the time, and we're always checking on you. We're like, I didn't see you at Bible study last week, and it's because we love you. We're like, hey, where you been? We miss you. Yeah. But after this, that wouldn't necessarily happen unless you intentionally seek out that discipleship and that mentorship and those relationships. So I have a question along those lines. How do you plan to transition from being in a youth ministry where you guys are the focus of this ministry, obviously Jesus number one, but you guys are that focus as well, to not youth ministry?
Actually, I've been gone for a little bit, so I've been working on this. I actually have, because not having the church around is, a lot of that positivity is taken away from you. But I think keeping a disciplined, strong mind that, he is still there. Like, even if you don't think of him that day, I mean, as long as you still know that he's a part of you, I think you should be able to go through and,
So you're intentionally recognizing the fact that God is still there, despite you not being in these four walls.
Yeah, and your intent of what you want to do in life, and what what your actions do. And I mean, just being nice to other people, treating your neighbor how you want to be treated is.
So you're echoing a lot of the lessons that you've learned growing up.
Because it is so true. Oh my God, nice. It's so true. maybe
So proud.
maybe not like
so
every
validated.
word, but most of it.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
takes
yeah,
us.
like nobody remembers every sermon and every.
Yeah,
no.
Honestly, I don't remember what I was preaching on before we went on this
So no,
break.
pass in all your handouts from the last couple years.
That's
Oh,
right.
and
Anybody
all
keep
the
on
notes.
I got a great prize.
That's
Josh,
great.
like, I have a wall.
I have
I have to
all
go
of
steal off Owen.
I
'cause
scrapboooked
Owen keeps
all of
his.
them.
I know. Owen
They're
does keep
everywhere
his.
in my house.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, they're just in random
I feel like
spots.
Owen's gonna like TP my house with my handouts when he's a senior. Yeah, this is great. Here's
Here
your
you go.
handouts back, Dustin.
He's gonna throw them at you.
Yeah,
Oh no.
messed
Man,
up.
that sucked too. I didn't get to do my senior prank.
Oh,
Oh,
damn, that's true.
We had a cool senior
I've
ditch
seen
day.
yeah.
Oh.
It's gone on for a long time.
I have to say,
Yeah.
senior ditch
Oh,
month and a
it's
half,
like-
2
Month
months.
and a half,
I was
2 months.
really
That's
confused.
pretty. You're like
Yeah.
you did, really.
Yeah, really.
So do you? The rest of you, do you guys have any ideas of how you'll transition out? Obviously, some of you are going out of Yuma, so that's a different experience, right? Some of you are staying in Yuma. So what do you guys think?
I hadn't even thought about it.
and most of us honestly don't.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's
and
not
that's-
something that you really think about. But also
Good
with
question.
kind of the technology that we have now, even those that are moving out of Yuma, you still have the opportunity to stay connected with friends and mentors and stuff like that. But I'd strongly encourage to get set up wherever you go, and that's for those of you on camera and those that are watching. Getting set up with a group, a small group, or a church, wherever you end up going, will build up those relationships yet again.
Yeah, and everything that you answered before about the questions about what you learned in high school and in youth group, you learned all of that. That's something that's part of your toolkit now. So that's something, if you have any fear or anxiety about the unknown that's coming, you're equipped now. You just sat here and told us about all the skills and tools that you've learned these last 4 years and through your whole life. So you're ready. You might not feel like it yet. You feel like you did when you came into freshman year. But clearly, you've all articulated that you've learned these valuable lessons, and so just apply them now.
That's the
And
hard part.
That is hard, but sometimes we don't actively think about it. Like Aaron said, he's like, I haven't thought about it yet.
Last week, I made.
I'm going to watch my mom's.
What was it?
Okay, I'm going to watch my mom's interview.
I watched most of it.
I'm going to watch her. Yeah, I tried to stop
So
it.
glad
That's
I
a fancy
put
Per
you.
usual, my words did nothing.
Your words
And it's
did
close.
nothing.
Can you see
They
the
made sound.
color?
They don't usually. Wow, that looks funny. That's gonna be
Looks like
popping
you did
right out of Becky's head.
Yep.
Should I
It's-
jump in?
Josh had a great
idea.
idea.
It's
Whoa.
centered. It's centered. Oh no, it's off center
man.
now.
Well, you don't want
Right
it to
there.
look like a light unicorn.
Let me
Yeah.
see. Well, he always has good ideas.
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect.
That's perfect. Now it's
That
not
was
behind
weird.
me.
When I went back to grab it, I grabbed his
Awesome.
hand instead. That was, it was awkward.
Hey, buddy. All right. Are we already? Yeah, we're already recording.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're going.
hey, what's
Almost
Sick.
3 minutes in.
All right.
Okay.